I didn't write this in the sense that I am not real. 71025. I'm reading my poems now, and it's like, how the hell did I write that shit then? I knew it made sense at the time, but I couldn't maintain that awareness. It was temporary, only long enough to produce those poems. I fully allowed my mind to work, and I focused my logic hard. I didn't resist, and what was produced I formed to something sensible. Now I'm reading it, and it's like there are so many pieces and meanings that are so deep and so true and yet obvious as hell to me now. I did toil for years for an artifact of yore. I did flip the side of the coin I am on. I did go from believing falsehood to only believing truth, and it only didn't make sense given falsehood. I knew that, I could tell. I just couldn't feel it. And everybody disagreed with me, told me I had to grow up and admit I was wrong, but I was right all along. This lack of falsehood is the truth I was born to. I did wish I could go back to being 4 when I was 6, and I was smart to feel that way, because in that time I had been given the gift of guilt. Dismantling the modern suffering machine has been my life's work, and this book is the weapon I forged. I inverted my mind onto the pages, and whether or not my monkey brethren can tell, it is the key to our salvation. The nonsense we follow today is the key to our ruin. It is not, and never was, a contradiction that I was an absurdist comedian and an austere logician. They go hand in hand, just as language and art do, science and sensation do. Mathematics is the ultimate language for science, and art can only be appreciated through sensation. Aside from that, they hold no true meaning. It is relative meaning. From the scope of the universe, nihilism or meaninglessness is truth, because meaning is subjective in its very conception. Since the universe exists for subjective observers, only scientific inquiry holds any objective meaning. To speak of objective truths still includes the domain of the subjective illusion, since it exists within it. Thus, the objective truths gleaned through logic within this book are the product of an egoless monkey boy, and must be. When he took offense, he could not create this book, and in creating this book, he has lost his ego. So he no longer takes offense. From this side of the coin, I can see the nonsense I felt for what it was, and the objective truths I gleaned as divine wisdom. I see my book as holy, and the need to spread it is an act of deepest love. In that sense, I have become God and founded my own religion. But God is not real, and neither is life, and neither is awareness from the scope of the universe, and therefore science. Still, objective truths remain objective, and so only objective philosophy that defines the subjective illusion is worth considering within the field. My book is an attempt to lay silly, unfounded questions to rest with science and logic alone.